This is Jared Poland for Frono's Photo, and this is tips for getting better baseball photos. Enjoy. So you're out there trying to capture your kids playing outdoor sports during the nice times of year. You have baseball, you have soccer, you have lacrosse, you have what's over the pond? Football. You also have cricket, but I'm not sure if they play kids cricket in jolly old England. Can Dom Bauer, can you tell me, do they play kids cricket? Let me know, leave me a comment. But a lot of people have trouble shooting outside, trying to get sports. Now, shooting in bright daylight is one of the easier things to do because you don't need the fastest of lenses. So we'll say that a 70 to 300 f4 to 5.6, because it's variable aperture, will be plenty of, will gather plenty of light to make your shots very good outdoors. So let's take baseball for example. The action is going on, and you want to stay above 500th of a second. So the first things we want to do is make sure that we're out of the auto mode on the camera. That goes back to the very beginning, is stay out of auto. We want to set all of your settings yourself. So what do we want to look for outside? Well, it's a bright day. So where are we going to set our ISO? Well, we could leave it at 200, which is the lowest. We could put it at 400. What's going to happen? So say we put it at 400. Let's go back. Say we set it at 200 and we set the camera on aperture priority, which is going to mean that you set your aperture and the camera is going to set your shutter speed. So we're at 200th of a second, 70 to 300 zoom lens. In aperture priority, we turn it camera on and we're zoomed all the way out to 300. That means that lens is going to be at 5.6. So the shutter speed is telling us that it's at 3/20th of a second, which is plenty fast to freeze action, but we want it to be higher because we want to freeze it totally. We have a better chance of doing that at above 500th of a second. Now let's review a little bit. We set our ISOs at 200, so we have plenty of wiggle room in broad daylight to speed up our shutter speed. So how do we get it to speed up if it's not going to go any higher than 3/20th at 5.6? The first thing we can do is raise the ISO. We can go to 400, and that means at 320, we'll go up one whole stop to around 6/40th of a second, which is plenty fast. So just by changing your ISO, just by bumping it slightly, you're going to get to freeze action faster because your shutter speed's going to go up. So if we want to bump it a little more because we start to lose light, take it to, if it does 640 ISO or 800 ISO. Many of the cameras today will be fine at 800. See what happens at 800 ISO at 5.6. Your shutter speed's going to be really, really fast. That's fine. In broad daylight, you're going to get great pictures. Okay, so that's step number one, how to set your ISO for shooting outdoor sports.